Hello and welcome to this new chapter, How to Navigate the Program of Ableton Live 10. In these two corners, we have two combos, which allow us to open and close these auxiliary windows. In this one, we can see the menu, and here we can drag our instruments and effects. We can see the program in session view or in arrangement view. You can switch views by pressing these buttons here, or by pressing your computer's tab key. They are pretty much the same, it just changes your tracks and channels point of view. Here we have MIDI tracks, audio tracks, return channels, and the master channel. To insert MIDI tracks, audio tracks, or channels, we need to right-click and select what we need. We could duplicate the tracks. First, we need to select them and then press Ctrl D. We could move their position. We could rename them by pressing right-click, rename. And we could also change the size and color. We could select all the tracks or part of them. To select all, we need to press this one first, press Shift, and then press the last one. Now you could resize using the cursor. To change the color, we need to right-click and then choose the color. To select alternate tracks, press this one first, press Ctrl, and then press the rest of the tracks. And we can change the color and the size too. Now let's insert an audio clip into the audio track. We can adjust the volume of the clips with this control here. And this blue light should be activated. Now we select the audio clip that we like and drag it to the audio track. In the audio clip, we could change parameters such as volume, semitones, but we will talk more about that in another chapter later on. Now we insert a MIDI clip into the MIDI track. We select the clip we like and drag it, and we can open it. The main difference between audio clips and MIDI clips is that in audio clips, you could see the shape of the audio waveform, and in the MIDI clips, you can see the piano roll, where you could write your MIDI notes. To write notes, we could press the pen up here, or we could press the big key in our keyboard. And now we can write some notes. We could change the size of our grid. We could make it smaller. So now here we have this MIDI clip and this audio clip. If we like this loop, we could duplicate it. Just right-click on the loop bar, duplicate loop. We can do it again. So now we have a loop 4 bars long. We could also duplicate this clip by selecting it first and then pressing Ctrl D. We could do it again. So now we have 3 equal clips. Now I select the second clip and select all the notes by pressing Ctrl A. And now I am going to move it 1 octave down by pressing Shift and the down arrow key. Now I select this clip here and select all the notes by pressing Ctrl A. And now I am going to move it 1 octave up by pressing Shift and the up arrow key. So now we have 3 clips with different octaves. Now I am going to do the same with the audio clip. I select it first and then press Ctrl D 2 times to duplicate. So now I have 3 clips. The second clip I am going to move down 2 semitones. And now in the third clip I am going to move it up 2 semitones. So now here we have 3 scenes available. Scene 1, Scene 2 and Scene 3. I can try and combine them. The session view is very useful for live performances, getting ideas and organizing scenes. Once we have the scenes in order, we will record them in the arrangement. Now we are going to record it in the arrangement. To do that, we have to press this button here. And now we play the scenes in order. Once it is done, we change to the arrangement view. Now we have to press this red button here in order to work on the arrangement. And now all these tracks are available to work with. Here we could move our clips. We could make them longer, add effects, and automatize the tracks. Pressing play, we could see how all the clips in line with the timeline will be played. We will talk more about the session view and arrangement view in another chapter later on. Here we have the tracks controls. In this window, we have our menu. In categories, we have sounds. If we like any, we could assign it a color. Just press right-click and select the color. We could also right-click and rename it. Here we have drums, instruments, audio effects, MIDI effects, Max for Live, plugins, clips, samples, and places. We will also talk about this menu in more detail in another chapter later on. I hope you enjoyed this chapter and found it interesting and useful. See you in the next one.